So, Factorio, episode 200. It's a video, not a stream. Because I horribly overbooked myself today. But I managed to find an hour where I can... did I turn that off? Yes, I did. Managed to find an hour where I can record a little bit at least. So, now, I wanted to do an episode 200 thing of let's go look at the progress we've made. Start here at Novice. Where's the center of the world? This is the center of the world. Spawned here. And I'm not great at deconstruction. I'll just leave things as they are, for the most part, until it's in the way. And I gave myself enough space that it wasn't really in the way. So, it's a random bonus power, because I've got megatons of wood, so I'm just burning it. Yeah. So this is where it all started. And it's messy as heck, you can see. It had been a while since I played Factorio. And this was my first awful attempt at a mole, where I could just get things if and when I needed them. And it worked. And it still works. I get all of my basic products still from here, and the version 2, which is over here, which is much neater, but still not great. And has more advanced things on it. But he's learning. I could upgrade these. This is not what today is about. Today is just about seeing where things started. There were mines all over the place here. That's why the bus starts way down here. Pulled the resources up from the bottom. And now they come in on trains. I'll show you my train system. I haven't really bothered to reconnect this. The wind is crazy today, excuse me. Yeah, so my first little chip factory and my first little red chip factory. It's now... Wow, I really could upgrade these quite a lot, huh? Anyways, yeah. This is where it all started. First oil setup in the corner here. Main oil setup for the longest time. Getting all of the oil resources in. Had and have a patch of uranium. There's still 1.2 million here. This is the one I started with. And it hasn't run out. There's this one over here as well, which is starting to run out. So, might do something about that at some point. Yeah, oil gets sorted into the various oil products. And get passed along here. Some explosives getting made. The good bullets. Over here. For tanks. Thanks for asking. Only very slightly improved over time, as in another few batches were added on to the end. I started off with just this, and then more got added, and this provided most of what I needed. Also, just for the sake of it, I added this one later. That's why it's a better machine. Might as well just go there. Not the button I wanted to press. Back to Novice. First LDS setup is still here. Where I started making bullets and ammo, because, I mean, the belt's right here, why not? This over here was my science setup on this side. I disconnected the belts all the way up the side here. But yeah, no, this was my initial science setup, and I've just left it for posterity. The belt's going around this. into my original science factory. For the red, for the green, tried to do it in lines like this so that I could see the proportions instead of working them out with math, work them out visually. Yeah, that was the idea behind doing it in rows like this. And I think it looks nice. I think it could look better. And there's a better version later. But yeah, no, it worked. Up here's where I also started building the space stuff. And I've got a few upgrade things for some of the advanced. To make some of them legendary. Not all of them. My legendary thing is over there. Yeah, I expanded from this. Set up my wall train. I've got quite a wall going on the outside there. Yeah, I've got the fuel being made here, some rocket fuel. It's great. Then I started expanding out in city blocks. So there's things like this that get in the raw resources and output the finished ones. Little train in, little train out, and one for coal. It was this way before I had electric furnaces. For iron, I've got one for brick. Paved one or two of them. I have not concreted my entire base yet. There are a few nuclear scars around the base, just a few, here and there, not that many, don't worry about it. Yeah, so I've got basic resource processing, basic resource. Over here, steel, which is... Here I used the better furnaces to just save time and effort. And it works fine. Makes an okay amount of steel. Could probably improve this a lot, you know? By just doing that. Don't be there. Let me see if that improves production here at all. It should. I probably have enough of those. Maybe. Stuff getting dropped off. Very good. Some train stations. This is for science. These are my science trains. Well, these are my science train stations. My science trains are not present. Space gambling resources. I'll show you some of them later. Yeah. Just waits for the resources, takes them where they need to go. Some solar fields, because you need them. Accumulator fields as well. It's my nuclear power stations. I enjoy this design. It's great. I really had fun making this. And you can see they're dotted around everywhere. Got a bunch of them. Because why not? They fit. As long as they're in water on all sides, they work perfectly. Otherwise, there's more pipe shenanigans. And this is fine, don't worry about it. It'll turn on soonish? Yeah, there. Looks like my power situation here is... No, it's fine. 23 gigawatts. It's good. Yeah. Got some chip production out in the middle of nowhere because I needed more of them. Gets resources in from the two sides and outputs on the one. This is a much more advanced version of the same thing. which is cool. I like the design I made for this. Pleases me visually. This is all the way full. So what I've also done here is to... Oh wait, no, this was something completely different, huh? This just purely feeds this factory. My bad. This feeds this blue chip factory, the more advanced one. This, I just decided to make a wire string at some point. It wasn't the best idea. Here's a mid-tier red circuit production. Where's my higher level one? Over here. Yes, there you are. So this one is better, or should be. What is not being delivered? Plastic. Really? Okay, well this one's on its way. It's fine. What do you mean, no trains? Okay, that's weird. Come here. Since I'm here, I may as well just grab another train. Just the train, please. No entities, don't bother. Create blueprint, and this is where I put new trains on the track. Oh, you know, can I? No, that is not how that's gonna work. Yeah, on auto. As soon as you have any fuel, just run. Yeah, got mines scattered here and there with some upcycling happening. So this is churning out a lot of copper, and all of the good quality copper gets sent off to the side. All of the copper eventually gets cycled through and either gets turned into copper juice, which gets turned into copper plates, which gets sent around the base, or it gets sent as raw copper to whatever needs raw copper, because there's a lot of it and I want to keep this moving. But all of the good copper of all types get churned a little bit more till it becomes the best quality copper. And I haven't done anything with it because I haven't needed to. Need more for iron there. So this is my... Now we're getting into the more advanced places, actually. Let me finish. Ignore that. That was just terrible. This is my bigger oil factory. It has problems, but it works well enough. Yeah. 2 trains per station, 2 stations per oil type. And then this handles the excess, turns it into this type, so that it can be turned into plastic somewhere. Since, I mean, I could have probably just piped it, but I figured bring a train. This makes the sulfuric acid. Ach, no. Yes. This makes sulfuric acid and sulfur crystals. With this being for lube, and this being for nuclear fuel. It's great. Speaking of nuclear, is it you? It's you technically. No, it isn't this one. Where did I put that? One that works. There we go. This is the original processing. I haven't even upgraded the belts because I didn't need to. It moves very slowly. But that feeds the Coverex one, which is for some reason far away. It should be that. No, it's not that. Can't tell where my own things are. This one is the Coverex. But things don't really come here very much anymore, because they instead go to this reprocessing plant. All gets put through here. All of it's coming in at variable qualities. Getting processed. Getting processed right as well. So blue gets processed by blue. It's purple as well. There's the occasional one of these. Anyway, this gets looped around through this series of connected, semi-connected enrichment processors, each catered to their specific levels. All of this gets joined over here. Excess gets melted and reprocessed and made better. But for the most part, if there isn't a ridiculous excess, it just gets sent around. And also the highest quality ones get stored here, which I'm not doing anything with yet. Got my belt of trees around for pollution reduction. It does not work very well for some reason everywhere. But anyways, this is the whole base from the top. Yeah, this is where I make my legendary stuff. It is currently low on iron plates, but it generally works if it's well fed, like me. Yeah, it makes all of the legendary stuff. Did I remember to do this? I did. I don't know why these are still here then. That's just a waste of resources. But that's pretty cool, though, that this is arranged like this. That each of the products needs 3 of the 4. And you can arrange it like that. That just pleased me. I'm not deleting that. It just made me happy, so I'm keeping it. It's more copper just being brought in and also cycled. I've got way more copper than I know what to do with. This is a bad design, but yeah, it cycles iron through, turns it into iron chests, upcycles it into hopefully better iron. The iron gets sent, the quality iron gets eventually, what the hell is this, sent over here and sent on quite the journey all the way around to over here, where it is used actually in the legendary mall. So that's that. Here's the legendary iron smeltery, as well as the legendary copper smeltery. Just a bunch of extra stuff, and I got the better smelters going eventually. Now, for the parts I really like. Yes. I do love these designs. They're great. This is just cycling steel, iron through the system. All of the decent iron gets sent. Half of it gets put in here, the other half is getting constantly just churned and churned and churned, so that this is kind of always moving. It could be better. I can probably do something to make this suck a little less, but I'll do that at another point. This is my nature preserve. This is all original bladder bases, and I've just weaved stuff through so that they can have food and such. And this is where I make bladder eggs to send to space for science and such, and where I continually cycle them Unfortunate. Finally got a legendary egg, but I did not have enough of these. Oh well. Because I don't have enough stuff down there. Anyway, yeah, so. This one single building has produced all of my productivity modules. Even before it was upgraded. This makes... Ooh, wait, hold on. Legendary captive biter spawner. Okay, you have my attention. Now, hang on a second. I have a spider trap. You, come with me. It's this way. Also got a legendary Spidertron. What was this? Oh yeah, testing blueprints. So, if I... Can I not? Oh. Okay. What? Ah. Now, what am I doing? You off, stop driving, and legendary. Excellent. Completely unnecessary, but excellent nonetheless. You, go back to your spot. Thanks, Spider. So the wall, which I haven't shown you yet, is this. It's 2 train stations, one for logistics setup, one for ammo. Well, one for artillery ammo. This belt gets filled with good ammo. There's some flamethrowers, there's lasers, there's guns. I could have put more things in, but I didn't. There's also 4 artillery per wall with this belt of ammo going around. That was an error from when I pasted the blueprints over each other, and I'm not going to go around and fix it at every point because it deals no damage. So there's 420 artillery around. It's 4 per side. There's 4 per segment, and then 1 more on each corner. They destroy my UPS, so I will show that off later. This is where I make the bullets for it. These are all of the trains waiting and ready, with all of these artillery shells. This is the artillery factory. Gets in the tungsten and the calcite from up top there. Makes explosives over here. Gets the sulfur and the coal from over here. Looks very neat. Much like the rest of my base. This makes radars. Yeah. Makes radars. This makes the raw resources for the radars. as well as the copper over here, and the chips. So this copper feeds, I could probably use this to feed this, but I didn't. This is spare, so when this isn't running at full capacity, making ammo, then it's just sitting here idly by, and I can instead have it boost the resources for the rest of the base, so I did that. I like it. This is my science hub. I also enjoy the look of this. It's 160 of them. And wait, how many sciences have I wasted so far? 2.5 million has been discarded here already. Rough. Anyways, could probably do some sleep science while I'm here. Better explosives? You know what? Better plastic. Let's do that. You to the back, you to the back, you to the further back. You over there, because I just want to see how fast this goes. Mining prod is still climbing the fastest. Anyways, so yeah. All the stuff gets trained in. Here is the facility that makes the red science. Just kind of compact, which is nice. Where is next? Then there's green science, which is also quite compact. It's neat. Stop at door. Yeah. Try to make the science by bringing in only raw resources into each science and then having it produce the science from pure raw resources instead of belting in half-complete stuff. So here's for military science. Where is everything? Here's coal, here's iron plates. I didn't do it for all of it, apparently. This I like quite a lot. It worked out looking great. Anyways, grenades and walls. Where is... oh, this is the stone train. I can probably up this train limit to 2, huh? I did have the ability to do that. Anyways. This makes the military science. Then there's the chemical science, which is quite an ordeal. Engines and sulfur and red chips. But it looks quite great. It makes the sulfur crystals there with the help of water from way down here for some reason. Wasn't there water closer? Oh yeah, I decided that it was pretty much the same going there or there or there from here. I did end up adding more water lines, so I could have reconfigured this later, but I was happy with it. This engine block I use in multiple other places. Makes everything you need for engines. Puts them on nice belts. And then you have engines. And a lot of them. And it looks good. Thanks, science. So that was about 120,000 per second? Minute? Yeah, it's getting there. So this coal comes in from this, so that'll probably never run out, because there's like 32 million there, and it's only being used for this, basically. Oh yeah, and I split some off for another bit of science over here, instead of setting up this coal patch. Anyways, so that makes the plastic for the red circuits. I'm bringing in the liquid. copper and iron to make into all of these things. And yeah, it looks kind of nice on this end. This one was time consuming and I really enjoyed it. Purple signs. Need so many of these. I had to build 2 arrays of it. And it comes through. And since there are so many needed, I put in secondary lines. What? Oh. Where? Oh. Anywho. Oh wow, I've been talking about this base for almost an hour. I haven't even gotten to the other ones yet. I should have been paying more attention to my time. Anyways. Door, stop. So this, yes, this makes all of the various things for this science. And then this one, the yellow science, the utility science packs. That was also a fun challenge. Also, here I brought in raw resources. Just raw resources. Made everything here from scratch. Batteries. The chips that go into the engines, with the engines, another engine unit factory that I bent around itself a little bit to make it fit better because I was working backwards, I think. If I remember right, I might not be. But yeah, this one was a challenge and I enjoyed that. And that is the novel space, except for random stuff scattered here and there that I've forgotten about for now. Volcanoes. I explored a little. I have a big solar field. It's a big .jpeg. 10 gigawatts of power with 1 terajoule of accumulator storage. I haven't cleaned anything up here yet either. I started around here in this area and I just made the basics. Made them triangles. The tungsten carbide. Saw how to make power from the sulfuric acid and a bit of calcite. Saw how to make water from it. How to make the carbon from the coal with sulfuric acid, to make some heavy oil out of it, to make some lube out of it. I made just tiny blocks to make sure I get how it all works, at least reasonably well. So I did all of them. These could be probably upgraded. It's your fault. Okay, let's see. This is now not fast enough. That'll do. Don't really want to change it, because it's finished so many products. 350,000. It's quite a lot. Gears, poles, wires, concrete, more chips, well, stuff for the chips, pipes, underground pipes, and then this is where the rock goes, either into boxes or... oh. There was lava here. There was. Or there should have been. This will get clogged. No. Huh? That is foundation. I should be able to remove that. Okay, hold on. Let me just get rid of this whole thing. Get rid of all of that. For a second. Okay, so... No, hold on, I'm gonna have to undo all of that. There. Cool, that'll help. Okay. Nice. So that's moving again. This is the mall area for this, where I just built everything at first. My terrible landing pad. So much storage. I forgot to limit some of these in the start, so that is why I've got many chests full of lights. At least I won't run out easily. I've also got too much of this, but that's a different story. So I've got this as my originally only science facility here. This was making the blue ones. What is this? The speed modules, yeah. Just so much stuff here. Belts at quite a pace. Actually, 36 a second is a lot. Good grief. I haven't really looked at that. Anyway, this question mark over here is owing to my questionable abilities. But no, yeah, that was what provided most of the science for most of the game. For this is my well set up factory thing up here. Gets coal from far and away now. It used to get it from the trains, but I've retired them. This is for sending stuff to space. Then the far reaches. This is just power. Bonus power. Because it was a good idea at the time. This recycles solar panels forever, or it should. But I didn't handle overflow. Or did I? I don't think so. No, I did not handle overflow very well. So it has stopped, and I need to do something about that. Great example. Here's just patch I'm getting lava from for this, so that I can make the solar panels in the first place. Just spread it out a little bit. Chips, steel, copper. Just all the things I need for this. So that's that factory. Then there's this, which is a mess, but it's kind of reasonably functional when it's functional. This factory makes all of the components needed for the foundries. And for the good foundries. Oh. Yeah, at the moment I've got an entire box full. Wow, okay. Alright. Let me just add a few more of those then. If I'm gonna have many of them, I might as well have many of them. So yeah, that just recycles this repeatedly. And makes it better over time. Then this is for excess resources. So like if I have too many of these in the wrong quality, then they'll get sent here and possibly upcycled into better qualities. But they will only get put in a box if they're the best quality. The rest just get recycled forever until they get expired. This also doesn't handle overflow very well. None of my things handle overflow very well. What is the deal here? Why are you so slow? My gosh, dude. Speed module ones. Ah, yes, I see. I just need to improve my red circuits again still here for this part. Anyway, this is supposed to make legendary speed modules. And it does. This one has made 96 products, so that means... Huh. It's working kind of well. Huh. And then, yeah, there's even this box of 700. So it's getting there. It's chugging along. Chugging along. And this... Ah, yeah, no, this is the plastic for it. And this, I just felt like it, so I set up a iron smeltery. This is actually not going nearly the speed I would like it to. Huh. I'll need to reconfigure this a little bit though. So, we will have not on-set filters. Instead, what we will have is use filters, and what are you? Your iron plates. I was supposed to be giving a base tour, not doing random stuff, but anyways. Be that, you. Be that, you. Be that, you. Be that, and you. Be that. Oi. Be that. Right? Yeah, all of these are different. Good, good, good. Wait. Wait. Awesome. Enough of these should get dropped off. Oh, yeah, this hasn't been fixed yet. Anyways, that should work better now. Oh, I did this multiple times, huh? And you know what? You could be so much faster than this. I have them. I don't see why I'm not using them. Ah. I do need to turn that part off. Someone should come here soon and drop off a few of those, right? I don't think you are requesting any of those, huh? No, but you should be. You are not even a little bit. Give me a solid hay and just grab like 100 of these. Not from Chleb, you're not going to Chleb. Grab them from here. Cool. That works. Anyways. I'm on the wrong place. That's the wrong place too. Anyway, yeah, so it was just something I did because I felt like it. This is the drills, big mining drills. It's got this big ass setup of various stuff to bring in all the resources needed to make the big mining drills. Then it drops it on this belt, where it gets sorted, and I have some, and the rest go dance if they want to. If I ever have too many of any kind that isn't the best kind, then I throw it out. Same with these. It takes a while to recycle and reprocess them. Also, this isn't very well designed, with flow in mind, so it gets stuck sometimes. But it works well enough, exactly well enough, and that's fine. Then there's the signs, okay, which I'll start at the bottom. Here is coal getting collected, and more coal getting collected, and then crushed into a much smaller space, because why? Why not? Taken up on this, all the way up, up more, jumps over the main belt area. Extra coal just because it was there, gets taken along. This line of calcite gets brought all the way from, like, way far away. All the way. All the way. All the way. There were things in the way? Over here. Okay, so it goes on quite a journey. Then there's this massive amount of tungsten, compressed, 16-way splitter and balancer. It's not perfect. It's my own design, and it could use some work. And this gets split over here because half of them are going this direction into this setup, which makes triangles, and that makes bars. 4 sets of this, 4 sets of this. Well, I guess this is technically 8 sets. Anyway, this gets balanced. This does not. And it gets shared into facilities like these that make a lot of signs. I forgot where I put the copper in. Ah, yes, this just makes copper. Just copper juice. For this, and it goes into all of these rockets. These rockets are just for science, and they're all loaded with... I can't count. All loaded with 1,000, and there's 128 of them. So that is... oh shit. So that is many. Many. Now, I went here next, to Fulgora. I'm busy working on the next bit. It's not done. It's, in fact, not even good. I haven't really started the thing. This is also a terrible balancer, but it works, I guess. Probably. This is where all of the resources will come in. I've just cut that out of the way. All of the scrap will come in, and it'll get processed down there. Once it's actually ready, and I've got enough foundation to build this thing properly, I'll worry about that. The main base is over here, with some power here and there, power islands, because I could. Got 105 gigajoules. It's not actually that much. I need to add more. Got a train running, double-headed trains running to bring scrap into here, which it really shouldn't be anymore. This place is so full. But anyway, yeah, I've got tiny islands doing the mining. Trains running back and forth. The system works really well, actually. What doesn't work really well is all of this. Yeah, there's just so much stuff everywhere. And I haven't recycled this island or this area very well. And I still need to. And that's what I'm technically busy with now. But I'm busy tonight, so video. And that's what we're doing now. I feed the trains nuclear fuel, because why not? Am I feeding them nuclear fuel, or am I talking out my ass? No, I'm feeding them nuclear fuel. Because it makes them go a little faster. And I thought it would be fun. And I was right. So this is all the rockets here so far. This whole place is a mess, and it's terrible. And I can't believe I've gotten away with it for this long. It's legitimately weird that it has function. So this gets the scrap in and puts the scrap on belts that gets sorted up and down, and then it gets shoved into the various boxes where the bots deal with it. This is designed so that if any of these resources goes above, I think it's 10,000 is what I put in there, then it just scraps it, recycles it through. And I don't think that's bad. I think my implementation is. Because then it gets fed by more bots. So, I don't know. It works exactly as well as I would expect it to work for my first try at doing Fulgora stuff. Which is to say, at least it works. There's the mole here. I make some various more advanced things, like I think you can only make this personal road report here. Or once you get here, I've got some of these. Here's my holmium plate production. What's it? Electrolyte fluid production, battery production, superconductors rather. I don't know why I'm still making these. I probably have thousands of those in a chest somewhere at this point. Anyways, I'm not going to care about that right now. I'll worry about that later. So anyway, this is all bots, no belts. Not much brain either, apparently. Yeah, it worked exactly well enough for the first attempt. That's why I'm building this one now. It will be better. Yeah, don't have that much to show here. Then Chleba. This one I'm quite proud of, actually, in its own way. I've got this tank wall. It's a living wall. The tanks are the roboports. And they go around and do repairs. Or extensions, as I tell them to. And it's great. It pleases me greatly. And they come here to reload. It's good. Yeah, no, I built another mole over here for just stuff that I may need on the planet that I don't want to produce elsewhere. My forests, let's go to the forests. I've got these, but I am apparently quite strong out of fruit. Ugh. It's the exact opposite of what I mean. Quite stocked up on the fruit to the point where some of it is going rotten on the belt, which is wild, but cool. Yeah, anyway, this is a horrible tangled mess. That's not what I'm calling it. I'm calling it organic, because this is the plant's planet, so it's an organic base, is what we're going with. And I won't hear any arguments on the topic. I've got rockets going out for the rockets over here. I've got bullets being made over here for the belt as well. it's getting sorted every time. Like this. So it's always eventually balanced in case something stupid happens. Thanks, door. Got artillery here on the planet as well. Anyways. So I've got these just... I don't even know how to explain this planet. I just threw things wherever they fit, honestly, and hoped it worked. And most of the time it does. And that's fine. Got a lot of the carbon fiber happening again, finally. There were errors with this one. Got the rocket fuel, got the plastic from the plants. This is the main production area for the plants. I haven't been back to Gleba. This is my first ever Gleba base. This is where I make the signs. And they have made a lot of signs. And it just goes along the belt, get it into chests, and yeah, sometimes rockets go up with science when the science guy is here. Where are you? I think it's... this one. Oh. Did I accidentally... I'll have to double check that I still have a Gleba transporter. Anyways. Yeah, so this makes all of the signs. This is an incomplete project that I started and then stopped. For no good reason. I just... didn't finish it. Didn't feel the need to take it to completion, as it were. This makes the ore for most of the base. For like actually most of the base. Most of this is fed off of this. Iron and copper wise. And then there's this that makes the sulfur. That goes all over the base. To make the sulfuric acid for the EM plants. This I'm quite happy with. It doesn't work well enough for me to actually be happy with it. And I need to make improvements because sometimes it clogs and breaks a little bit. And I need to come over here and I need to change a few things for a moment. And it'll unclog itself. I mean, I guess I can just leave it on, huh? What do you mean? Oh, right. Need to turn it off again so that they put down the last bit of steel iron and can output properly. Yeah. And then this one was a different way. This one I could just do this and it would fix itself. I don't know how I managed to wire them differently because I think I copy-pasted these. And the wiring ended up different anyways, so that's a thing that happened. This is... what do you need? What are you out of? Out of jelly. Where are you supposed to be getting jelly from? Oh, you don't have nutrients. Well, why don't you have nutrients? Oh, fuck's sake. There are definitely some things about the base that could be improved upon ever so slightly to maybe make things work just a tiny bit better, teensy bit, just a little bit. But anyway, it functions, and it where am I? This functions, and it makes the blue chips for the rockets. That's pretty much Gleba as well, hey? Aquila, I think I put in more effort. This is Random Island where I'm getting some lithium brine from. The train goes back and forth, powers this, which runs these, powers the island. And this is the main island, really. I started with this and this for power, and then I ended up with this. I like this design. I was quite happy with it. I think it looks cool. Anyway, and yeah, no, this is a complete cluster. I just built wherever I could make things fit. Trying to figure out how to do things. This is just for heating. It's not even for power, even though it's used for a little bit of power. It's not even for power. So yeah, no, I've got... This is just all sorts of stuff. In as close proximity as possible. How many have you made? 0. Fantastic. At least you're trying. Yeah, so I ended up going with a bus approach because I didn't think that that was a good idea and I wanted to get it out of my system. So here's all of the stuff that comes from space being put onto belts. Here's some of the base resources that are already coming in from the base, getting shunted along here, like the rocket fuel. It's already... Oh wait, no, this is coming back. Which ones are being sent? Ah, yes, also the heating system here is nuclear. This gets clipped over there, and where else did... Where's that cut? Oh, goodness. Did I forget to cut the first two? Anyways, yeah, there's the split. So you can see that usually these are disconnected enough that they're two separate networks, but the heating pipes will heat up the belts all the way and will allow the next one to start up at least without connecting the power heat networks, so it saves on UPS a little bit. Anyway, so stuff goes in here. This makes the ice and the ammonia. This just makes water. This makes solid fuel from ammonia, which is Q. Separates more ammonia so that I can make rocket fuel. All this then gets just shunted back onto the belts. Also there's fluid pipes on the belt since I could fit them. There's lithium being made. Here's where the lithium plates are being made. Got need more fluorine. Really? Okay. Are these just bad quality? I'll upgrade them then. I'm sure we've got one more of those, but really... Anyway, I've also got an ocean full of blueprints. Because I didn't make blueprints, I just pasted them in the sea. Anyway, these are the fluids being made. Then I've got this gigantic quantum shaft. Works all the way to the back. Even this back one has made 1,000 of them. What's the front one made, actually? Wow, ridiculous numbers. This one's done 300. Okay, well, I guess the back ones would be done first. This makes the science at a rate of very slowly, and I need to change it. It makes 48 times 0.5 science, so 24 science a second, which is subpar, but it's fine for now. And here's the rockets that send up the science. Here's rockets that send up chips. Here's rockets that send up the fluorocatone. And here is rocket silos that send up the lithium plates. Yeah, and that's Aquila. Then I've just got a bunch of ships, but I'm actually well running out of time. So yeah, I'll just show my favorite one, because I'm out of time for this. Lummox is the deep space ship. And it's huge. It's just huge. I'm sure there are bigger ships, but this is mine. It's got this entire ass setup for power, all with belts. It's got this massive array of asteroid processing up at the top here. It's got asteroid reprocessing as well. Just for, you know, I mean, bonus resources. I'm going to be out here anyway, I might as well. And, like, look, so much coal. Look at that legendary iron ore stack. Just look at it. It's great. There's so much of it now. Got an extra 9,200 to give to Novice when I get back there. It's great. And there's even more on the way. It's fantastic. And it sends all of the Promethium chunks down the side here into these belts that go down, and then over, and then up. And then, well, the green belt goes along that side, this goes here, because I didn't plan well, and I ran out of space. So, the one green belt of Promethium sneaks through there, rejoins with everything over here on the wrong side, but whatever. I fix it over here so that it's yellow, red, blue, green, and it gets popped in here. And I've got some safety mechanisms for in case eggs expire in here. Yeah. And then I've got holes for engines. That was a fun thing to figure out. Need to put landmines with eggs around them. Ach no, the opposite of that. Egg with landmines around them. Wait for the egg to hatch, let the landmines explode and kill the biter or crawler or whatever thing, and then delete the reconstruction plan before it has a chance to actually rebuild, and then you can expand the hull. Otherwise you're just not able to. So I did that twice. And then I've got the bigger engine on the back. And even then, with all of this thrust, it only goes at 167 kilometers per second, because it weighs almost 42 tons. Yeah, this is where the ammo is made. It's not even enough ammo, really. I understand now why that's not enough ammo, so I'm just going to fix this while I'm here, otherwise I'm going to forget by next time. Let's see, or... let's call it... no, that's 5 minutes. I want 10 minutes. Or 10 minutes and... inactivity. 30 seconds. So that you can just go back and forth more often. Because you are bringing me the good stuff. Yeah. So this is how this one looks like up front. It's got the guns, got lasers, got rockets, got these railguns as well. It's good. Lots of storage. This was long to design and was fun. Okay. Anyways, that's what I've been doing with 200 episodes of this. It's been good. I've enjoyed it. But I'm well out of time. So, for 200 episodes, for how long this been now? 9 months. Oh, look at that. 5 years ago. 8, 9 years ago. Oh my god. Here's to another 9 months worth of Factorio. I'm just going to copy and save this. How long is that? It's 473 hours and 45 minutes. So 474 hours now. There we go. We'll call it that. And while calling it that, let's just call it at that as well. Sure. Okay, cool. Thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow for an actual stream instead of a recording. Stupid overbooking myself. Anyways, have a good one. Cheers.